Good evening. Yep, evening. I rarely do these in the evening because of the lack of sunlight, but I think I have enough lights on so that it shows. Also, remember to wear headphones this time so I can hear when I fade in and out instead of what usually happens. But I wanted to show the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. You know, it comes in one of these six-sided boxes, but you know, it's a box. I guess it's a nice box. I don't know. I'm not a box person. And a very chunky book, which I will fully admit to not having read yet, although it's pretty obvious when you flip to the contents pages that the word spirit gets repeated a lot, like it's on every card. There was this thing back when I was doing computer programming called DRY, D-R-Y, which stood for, in their jargon, stood for don't repeat yourself. Obviously, this is a total violation of that. But let's look at the back of the cards. This is a deer spirit. Not sure about the ornamentation that's put on the animals. I'm not sure I would have done that, like a crown on a bird. I don't know. And I would not have picked the deer one, or stag, I think it is, for the cover. I don't know. We'll see how it goes with this deck. That's what the backs look like. That's nice. Mandala, maybe not, but some sort of geometric design. The book it says 2018. That's Ms. Baron-Reid there on the back, who obviously hasn't contacted me about what should or shouldn't be in this deck. 204 pages. Okay, let's not count those. The artist is Gina Della Grattaglia, I think. That's the artist. Maybe, yeah, about the artist, about the author. This person's very prolific, maybe a bit too much. Feel free to take a break from Tarot and Oracle. Oh, I forgot to show that compared to a regular old, that kind of tarot card, US Games, you can see these are taller and much wider, like an inch wider. But they have a nice matte feel, matte look, if that's showing up okay without the sun. I'll let that go. See which ones I kind of like. I like the bat. Uh-oh, is he wearing a crown? Beaver. Brown bear. Bee. I have a much better cat picture she could have used when my daughter was younger and had a very tolerant calico. Is that what you call them? Caramel cat, brown, black, white. She just tolerated anything. She had put her like a silver crown on her head and some pearls around her neck. I forget what else, but I can't find the picture. So, cow. Not sure about the headdress. So let's bring in the next ones. I think there are 68 of these. I saw that somewhere, I think. Let's see if I can get it in there and cover up the old ones. Okay, that's dog. Dolphin looks okay. Through grasshopper. Not sure it needs a crown, but frog's okay. A lot of these are on the sidewalk today because in one day, like overnight, it went from 101 degrees with a lot of humidity to almost no humidity and in the 40s. And I'm doing this partly because I can't run as much as I usually would because it started to rain. And then as soon as I start to do this, the sun comes out and then the sun goes away, of course. Oh, here's the next set. Ooh, almost dropped that one. Lizard looks okay. So it's going to take some adjustment to get used to this big weather change. Koi fish, I didn't notice that. I've looked at it before, so may not have any stunning things to say. I don't have all these animals around here, but some of them, owl through skunk, definitely have that one, especially at night. There's a tiny skunk who just patrols the sidewalks like he owns them, or she. Tiny thing, but potent. I'm sure, because you can smell it before you see it. Peacock, the eternal one, according to some people. Whoa. I messed that up. With some cards, it doesn't take much. Just a little tap and they slide everywhere. This would be one of those. Okay, and there's 3 cards I'll put in after I let that go. If that's anywhere near straight enough. I guess if you're concerned about your copyright, you want me to be as crooked as possible, probably. But anyway, so that's what? Snake through, let's look at spider. Spider's okay. I've never seen a spider with the colors. Like a tufted squirrel. Is that what that is? At least he has an acorn. I saw a seahorse somewhere, so that's enough reason for me to buy it, probably. Starfish. I'm not sure I've seen that before. I've seen a starfish before. I've not seen it in a deck, have I? White raven. Wolf, of course. At least that's not too embellished. And probably why a wombat needs a headdress is beyond me. But that was the Spirit Animal Oracle. I guess I'll put the book in there. And since I got a little bit of time left, I wanted to say something about the journal here. Because for some reason I've been watching a lot of Ewan McGregor and Eva Green movies and shows. I kind of wish both of them would keep their clothes on, but and maybe be a lot less gory, but that's okay. It's how it goes, I guess. But I did watch, somehow I got the movie called Muse. Maybe it was a suggestion from Amazon or something. I don't know. I don't see a tie between that and the other things I've been watching. And supposedly this movie was based on, I'm going to mispronounce this, I know, but the Liana She. I'm not sure. Look how many different ways it's spelled. 1 way, 2 way. Somewhere I got that as a 3rd way. I think I've seen other ways. Supposedly that it's Muse-like, but it's like, again, with the fae and fairy stuff. It's kind of vampire-like-ish, though. So after watching that, I kind of thought of that as a doodle. It's strange how the face kind of shows up, even though that's really what? Maybe 6 or 7 pencil lines. That's all that is, and it gets suggested. I'm not sure why I wrote "She has my heart enthralled," and she also, if that's her grabbing something, because the idea is maybe to sculpt a head like this coming through a canvas, like, a painting canvas, maybe. Who knows if I'll actually do that. But does it look like man hands kind of coming through there? I don't know. So there's that. And me pondering self and tarot. Square peg, round hole. Also, this is from a dream where I dreamt that Eva Green was kind of in bed beside me, but floating, kind of like that. And then she does that thing where I guess that's her trademark maybe, and kind of her voice has a wicked, spooky thing about it. but she looks at you sideways and then says stuff. I mean, she could read the phone book and it'd probably sound wicked, but she's there, kind of floating beside me in bed. I put Eva on her nightgown, floating beside me in bed, and she says, "I love you." And my immediate reaction, because one, it's her and the parts that she's played where she's kind of creepy, wicked, sort of, I immediately said, "Hold that thought," because I kind of suspect that something wicked this way comes. And I can remember in the dream rolling over and looking under the bed. That's supposed to be a bed there. And under the bed's this little impish looking thing. I just thought I would share that as totally silly. But anyway, so let's finish this and say, I can leave that there. No, I can't. That was a quick show, hopefully, of Colette Baron-Reid, the Spirit Animal Oracle. And with that, I will say peace.